Two shoes beyond 40 millimeters, two beasts, two very different rides. Which one should you pick? Let's find out. Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video we are comparing the HOKA Skyward X and the Mizuno Neo Vista. We have the reviews for the two shoes on the channel. You can go watch them separately. This is a comparison, this is a battle. We want to know which shoe will work best for which type of runner. We want to know which shoe is the right for you basically watching this video. And we'll go directly looking at the upper of the two shoes. Sock-like upper, booty-like, something a bit lighter, a bit less constructed on the Mizuno Neo Vista. The lockdown is really good, and this overall is a better upper in my opinion than the one on the Skyward X, which is kind of over-constructed, a bit thicker, a bit more traditional. So if you prefer traditional upper, Skyward X would be the one for you. But overall, if you want to have a nice, lighter experience, something that is a bit more forgotten by your brain when you're running, it's the one on the Skyward X. In terms of fit, both shoes run true to size. The Skyward X is a bit more snug than the Neo Vista. The Neo Vista will accommodate wider fit. So if you have wider fit, go for the Neo Vista. If you have more average width type of fit, you can try the Skyward X. It's possible to go half a size up on this shoe, and this will give you a bit more room in terms of width, but also in terms of length in the Skyward X. Looking at the midsole of the two shoes, very different midsole, and here you have some PBA layer, a carbon plate, and then some supercritical foam at the bottom of the midsole construction. Here you have two layers of Mizuno NSZ Next with a PBA plate sandwiched in between. This is much softer, much smoother. It requires more footwork, but it's also a more agile type of shoe, and overall a shoe that will suit, I would say, different purposes of running compared to the Skyward X that is supposedly a bit more up-tempo in terms of how it's positioned, but it's more clunky, it's heavier, it's almost 40 grams heavier in my size compared to the Neo Vista. And yes, it is bottomless and less cushion on this shoe, and that's the attribute of this midsole. It's not agile, it's not as versatile as the one on the Neo Vista, but it's bottomless in terms of cushion. It will provide you with that sensation that you can never bottom out. It's quite rare to feel it. Like I said, a bit softer here, which doesn't mean the Skyward X is firm. It's on the average side of things when it comes to softness, firmness. You know, you have that PBA bedding under your foot and you can feel it. It's providing you with a bit more energy return, but also with that softer feeling. At the same time, the supercritical foam that is constituting the base layer of this midsole will provide you with some stability, a stability that is missing on the Neo Vista. Speaking of stability, speaking of pronation levels and you out there pronating a bit more, I would recommend going for the Skyward X. The Neo Vista will have you collapsing a bit too much on the medial side and on the lateral side at toe off, whereas the Skyward X provides you with a more stable ride in the heel, but also in the forefoot. So if you're pronating a bit too much, which again, I repeat, is not a bad thing, pronation is just a natural mechanism, go with a Skyward X, it's a bit more stable. Looking at the outsole of the two shoes, you have basically very different constructions, two voids, a smaller void that is helping this shoe to have a bit of decoupling, and a very, very big void that is mainly meant at expanding the foam during the landing phase and providing you with a bit more energy return. Different purposes, and as you can see, both of them show the plate that is sandwiched in between the layers of midsole. Overall, I would say that this is a better outsole simply because it's a bit more grippy with the same level of durability. Very good durability on the Mizuno, but a bit less grippy in the forefoot. So I would go with the outsole of the Skyward X. That being said, when it comes to the ride of the two shoes, like I said, more agility, smoother ride, and you can do more with this shoe, more purposes in terms of your training regimen. This is for me an easy endurance shoe, long run shoe maybe, but doesn't have the same versatility as the Mizuno Neo Vista. Price point, $225 US, 180 US, and that's where the whole difference is being made. The two shoes are fairly, you know, they're different, they're meant for different runners, but with the same price point you would say, okay, it's just different shoes with different goals. With the price point of Skyward X being $45 US higher than the price point on the Neo Vista for me is the clear winner. I also surprised myself liking it so much, despite me not being a huge fan of sock-like, booty-like uppers and very soft midsoles. It grew on me, I like it, it's in my rotation. Whereas the Skyward, I think, is more of a gimmick in my rotation, and it will probably drop out of my rotation a bit sooner compared to the Neo Vista that will stay a bit longer in my rotation. So I would go for the Neo Vista, especially if you're a lighter runner, if you have wider feet, and if you're looking for a nice experience with a very soft foam. I would go with the Skyward if you're willing to spend that $225 euros, if you have snugger feet, and if you're maybe a bit heavier, because this will suit heavier runners a bit better, whereas this one will probably not be the best choice for heavier runners, and like I said, runners with a bit more pronation. I hope this comparison, this battle was useful. This was highly requested, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, go beyond your limits, and let's link right here to another comparison on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.